Hello guys, good evening. This is King Kudi. I'm here to take you guys that missed the classes on a brief run through of what we covered so far. Basically, when you come to your chart, this app is called Trading View. When you come to your chart, you see stuff like this. You see lines, zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. You might get overwhelmed. You see numbers everywhere. You see stuff. You might get overwhelmed and be wondering like, what's going on here? You understand? And some people might even get discouraged and all. But it's not for you to get discouraged. It's just for you to learn. Because in this business, in this game, you have to learn to be able to earn. Basically, right? You have to put in the work, study hard. So these things you see here is a representation of what buyers and sellers are doing in the market. This is a trading place, right? It's more like your typical market where you go to buy your tomatoes, where you go to buy your pepper, your yam, and everything. So it's like a marketplace. People are buying and selling. So it is represented by all this zigzag, zigzag you are seeing here. Now, what we've covered so far is the meaning of what all this stuff are. So now you see this stuff are called, now that I've zoomed out, you now see that, zoomed in rather, you now see that this thing is a candle. We call it candle in Forex, right? This is a candlestick. This is a candlestick. Each of them are candlesticks. Normally, if you buy a candle in the market, you notice that the candle has a thread on it, right? So see, this is the body of the candle, and this line here, these small thin lines are called the wicks. In Forex, it's not called thread, it's called the wicks. WICK, right? So um it's called the wick. Let me spell it out. WICK. Good. Right. It's called a wick, right? So this is the body and this is the wick. So now when you see a green candle on your chart, that signifies buying pressure. That means a lot of people, like see this one I just run like that. That means there was serious buying pressure here. A lot of buyers came in from here and pushed the price of the commodity all the way up here, right? And as you can see, it started going up from there, up until it started retracing back down. When you see a red candlestick, it means people are what? Selling. Okay? Green means people are buying, red means people are selling. Now, what is the epitymology of a candlestick? So we have said that this green stick represents buying pressure, right? And the red represents selling pressure. So now, how do you know that? How do you tell the buying pressure? How does buying candlestick start? It starts from the bottom to the top. So it opens from here. This is the candle open. This is where it opens from the bottom here, right? So it opens from there to the bottom, right? And it closes at the top. And it closes at the top. This is where it closes, right? So that's how bullish, it's called bullish candle close. In Forex, when the market is going up, it's called bullish movement, and when it's going down, it's called bearish movement. But we'll get to that. So now, this the buying pressure opens from bottom, pushes the price all the way up, and it closes here. So we are on a 4-hour time frame now. So this candle represents what has happened in the pace of 4 hours. Do you understand? So it started from here, from 102. Look at the price by the right hand side, right? Look at these are the prices here. So it started from 102.975 and it closed at what? 103.827. Okay, so now we are done with what? Candlesticks. So that's where that was the first thing I taught these guys in the beginning about these things. So it's not just zigzag lines, it's candlesticks, buying and selling pressure of the traders in the market that is represented. So when you zoom out now, you start seeing zigzag back. Do you understand? But each of those things represents candlesticks. Now let's talk about the trend, like I was telling you guys about. So see, if you notice, let me make it a little bit clearer. Good. if you notice, if I carry my trend tool now, this is a trend tool, and I draw from the bottom of this where the market came down and stopped and started going up from. I draw from this bottom down to the top where it is now. What do you notice? You notice that this is an uptrend. This line is going up like a mountain, like a hill. That means market is going up. It's called a bullish trend. It started from here, came down, made a higher high, made a higher low, made another higher high, and it's about to make a higher low. So this trend is called an uptrend. Let me write it. It signifies buying pressure in the market. Uptrend or bullish, right? Bullish trend. Okay, so that's what it signifies. So when you come to 4 hours now, you see that market is forming. This is a high, right? This is a low. This is another high which is higher than this high, right? This is a low which is higher than this low. So it's forming higher highs and higher lows. You now know that, okay, this market is in a what? Uptrend or bullish trend. As simple as that. Very good. So since we have established that, let's look at a bearish example, for instance, or a downtrend. Let's go to another part of the chart and see a downtrend. Okay, good. Okay, exactly. So in this part now, what can you guys see? You guys can see that the market is forming lower highs. That was a high. This is a low that it put in place. Then this is a lower high, right? It's lower than this high, right? And it puts another low. This low now is lower than this low. So it's forming lower highs and lower lows. So this is called a downtrend. Market now form the higher high. So market change structure here. So but let's stop here, for instance, now. So you call this trend now what? If you use your trend tool, you draw from the top of this place where market is reversing from to the down of this place. What do you notice? It's a slope. So this one is now called what? A downtrend. A downtrend or bearish trend. Okay, are you guys following? So it's as simple as that. Good. So we have now taught you guys about candlesticks. I've now taught you guys about trends. So this is an uptrend and this is a downtrend. Okay, now we'll go into another topic called support and resistance. Let me just delete all these drawings so the chart will be clear. I hope you guys are following though. This is a very simple thing. Now let me teach you support and resistance the way people understand where to buy and where to sell from. So normally, as a businessman, what is the wisest thing to do? Is not to buy a commodity when it's at the lowest price. Okay, so this is the US dollar now. See, like it's written here, US dollar. This is the US dollar. When it came down like this, it came to what level? Look at the price by the right hand side. It came to 100, right? This is the best place to buy as a sharp man or as a good trader. This is a sharp place to buy, right? You buy here and you wait when it gets high. Some people can sell it from here because it's higher than where they bought from. Some people can sell it from here. Some can sell it from here. Some can wait and sell where many people are selling. Now, how do you know where many people are selling? That is where the title support and resistance comes in, right? Let me title it support and resistance. So now, what is support and resistance on the chart, on the trading chart now? Support is the place that whenever price comes to, it bounces, it supports the price to go back up. Let me draw this line, this green line now. So you see, people were selling. There were a lot of sellers in the market. They were selling. When price got to this place, it supported the price, it bounced the price, and price started going back up. That means buyers came in from here and bought, and price started going back up all the way to where it is to where it is now, right? So that's what is called support. The point in the market where there's a lot of buyers waiting to take what? Buy trades. Let me go to a higher time frame and show you people an example of this support, right? Okay, so see that line we drew now on the 4 hours. So now I'm on a weekly chart, drawing that line all the way down, for instance now to the left, right? You will notice something. Let me zoom in. You will notice something. So I've zoomed in now to far back. This goes as far back as, let's keep drawing the line. Let's keep drawing the line. You see how powerful that line is now, right? So the line started. Let's just stop here. Let's stop here, right? Oh god, what's that? Sorry, that was a mistake. Okay, let's stop here. So you see how powerful this line is. Let's go back. So see the line here, mark it. This is where it supported the price from. So let's go back in time. Mind you, this is as far back as what? 20. Look at 2015. Oh, look at down here. Look at down here. It's as far back as Monday, 23rd March 2015. So this the price market was going up. Market was going up here, right? Was going up. So he now met a lot of sellers here. So all along 2015, this line, that green line, was not a support. It was a what? Resistance. It was a ceiling. Imagine your house now, a floor and the ceiling. If you throw a ball up, what will happen? The ceiling will push the ball down, right? The ball now goes up again. The ceiling rejects it again. The ball goes up again. The ceiling rejects it again, right? The ball goes up again. The ceiling rejects it again. Okay, so let me stop there and continue. I'll continue later. Okay, do you get what is happening? So this line has been acting since 2015. So now we are in 2018. It has been rejecting the price of US dollar. That line is very strong. That resistance is very what? Strong. So in 2020 now, December 2020, what now happened? There was a lot of buying pressure. Buyers of US dollars came in the market and they pushed the price and they broke the ceiling. They broke that ceiling. So the ball busted the ceiling and went all the way up. And what happened when the ball was coming down? That ceiling became support, not resistance again. Okay? So you see what happens in the market. When a support, a resistance is broken, right? Whenever price comes back to that place, it becomes a support for price. So when price now got back to this place, what happened? You can clearly see that it became a what? Support. It became a support for price, right? See, that is what is happening now. It bounced price up. It bounced the ball up. The ball came back again. It bounced the ball. So now you have found a what? A strong support in the market as a buyer. Let's go back. This is the weekly time frame. Let's go back to that 4 hours time frame now that we were. So it now tells you that, right? It tells you that this place is a strong support. So now whenever price comes there, I will what? I will buy. Let's delete these things so it don't make noise here. Whenever price comes to this support, I will do what? I will buy, right? Then I will find the resistance in the 4 hours. That whenever price goes there, I will what? I will sell. Use that tool again. Draw wherever when price goes to it rejects price, which is this place here. If you notice, whenever price comes there, it pushes price down. The price goes back up again. It pushed the price down again. It came to the support. It went back up, and see now it's rejecting the price. So this is where you sell from. This is where you do what? You buy from. Okay, guys, are you guys following? This is very simple. So as a trader, you are looking at buying cheap and selling high. Now in Forex, you call the high places premium and you call the cheap places discount. Normal English now. When you go to market and you buy slippers of 50 naira, or the slippers is supposed to be 100 naira, but you bargain and the supplier give it to you for what? 50 naira. That is at a discount rate. Then you as a retailer now, you now wait when you hear in the news that the market now, the price of the slippers is at 200 naira. Do you get? That is a premium price. You will do what? Sharply sell, right? And wait for the price of the slippers to drop down again to support, to discount, so that you will do what? You will sell. Now, how do you measure discount on the chart? You will use a tool called Fibonacci. You can find it from here. You click here, you see a Fibonacci tool, right? You click on the tool and you come down to the bottom of that support where price started turning back from. you draw it to the resistance where price was rejected from. You now get your equilibrium 50%. See, like I can see here 50%. You now draw your line there. You draw that line. That line represents 50%. You can now delete the Fibonacci, right? So you now know that, okay, every time I want to sell, I will sell at what? Premium, right? Let's start to it. Premium. And when I want to buy, I will buy at what? Discount, right? Let's start to that one now. Discount. Okay, so this is where you sell from and you do what? This is where you buy from discount and you sell at premium. Never you try to buy at premium, because when the resistance rejects the price, you understand, you'll be in a massive loss. And when it gets all the way down, you can blow your account, your money will now disappear. They'll now tell you that you have now been liquidated. Do you get? So always sell here and buy here. So I think we'll stop here for now. Let me not jump back to you guys with too much. So this is where we stop at the classes for those of you that missed the class. So on Thursday I will continue from I know you guys have a lot of questions, so on Thursday all your questions will be answered and we'll now continue from where we are supposed to continue from. Thank you very much for following. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next class. Bye.